Hello, Angie Gerber here, and welcome to my podcast, Awareness. Once you know, you can't unknow. A place you can come to start thinking and shifting your thoughts to finally create the results you truly, truly desire. It'll shift your mindset and give you strategies to get out there and get it done. Let's get started. So today I want to talk about stuck. Are you stuck? I've been talking to many of my clients and specifically real estate agents, and I asked, do you know what to do? Or are you stuck? And it keeps coming up over and over again. So I wanted to come on today and talk about this because it doesn't even have to just be in your area of business. So many people are stuck just in general. So if you were to look at your life and your business and where you're at right now, look and find the areas that you feel a little stuck in, or maybe a lot stuck in. I know that there's many, many people out there that, the mental health has really taken a toll over these last couple of years, and just getting out and reconnecting with people and finding places to go and groups to be a part of is even just so far removed from how people are doing things these days. I mean, they've just gotten so comfortable in their own bubble and area. And it's really taking an effect on a lot of people that I know and that I've been talking to. So what are some things that you can do right away, whether it's personally, professionally, whatever aspect of your life, to move forward, even if it's 1% better or different every day? And what I've talked to a few of my elite clients about, and just in general, people that have come to me, is let's start with health. So many people, start, stop with their health journey, whether it's dieting or losing weight or exercising, or they do it, whatever the activity is, really well for a certain amount of time, and then life shows up and gets in the way and they fall off the wagon. And then, once you go a day, turns into 2, turns into 5, turns into 7, turns into months. So let's say it's happened to you. What would it look like if you just cut all that and started today and decided what can you do today to move yourself forward? Whether that's grabbing, 5-pound weights, 10-pound weights, 3-pound weights, and just doing some curls, or taking a walk, or giving yourself one treat a day versus 3 or 4. Just think of the little things that you can start doing to improve and get those small wins under your belt. If there's something that you want to accomplish, it's said that if you were to dedicate 15 minutes a day to, let's say, my kids, if it's baseball, or if you want to knit, my daughter's doing that right now, or an instrument, or Spanish, whatever it is that you want to do, if it's you want to become stronger in this niche of your business, whatever that is, if you were to dedicate 15 minutes a day, by the end of a year, you would be in the top 10%. Because no one's doing it. No one's willing to take the time every day. Not no one, most people. There are some that are up there with you in that 10%. And of those people, they're dedicating even more time. So they're the top, 1 to 3%. But you can get in that ball field. You can get on that field, not even in the ballpark. You can get on that field with those experts if you were to dedicate 15 minutes a day to honing your craft, whatever that would be. Think about that. And we are in the day and age where there are unlimited resources. I mean, okay, let's say you don't have a computer. Local libraries. They have computers you can use or books you can read, and for the most of us, the 98% out there have computers, and most have phones and can get to YouTube, can listen to podcasts. If you were to decrease the time that you are either having conversations that don't serve you or put you in a lower energy, or watching things on TV that are upsetting, or scrolling social media for you think it's going to be 5 minutes and it turns into 50 minutes. Just be aware and be very conscious about the choices you're making and what you're putting into your mind and what you're thinking about. And surround yourself and start really focusing on the 1% better. What books can you be reading or listening to on Audible? What YouTube videos are you watching? Are you watching people do crazy things or things that you're just like, I can't believe they're doing this, and it's for entertainment value? Or watching, I'll start watching it with my kids if I walk in the room, and I'll get sucked into their videos of the stuff they're watching. I'm like, wow, that's time I'm not going to get back. So what are you just mindlessly watching and not even thinking about it? Turn that stuff off or turn it down, cut the time in half, and actually start listening to and consuming things that are going to expand you versus contract you. What gets you into a good vibration where you'll feel a little unstuck? Laughing, listening to music you enjoy. What about that one friend that you've been meaning to connect with and you just haven't? What about going out to coffee? You don't have to do this big dinner. A lot of people are just like, I can't go to so many dinners a week. That's too much. Okay, that's fine. Do a coffee. And when you get there, order water, order whatever you can on the menu. That, every coffee shop, I will say this, you can order a black coffee for much less than those $5 to $7 to $10 drinks that you get that are, the ones that you have 2 sentences to order. So just think about it that way. Relationships. What relationship do you need to work on right now? And when you're looking at that relationship, whether it be maybe it's a sibling or a family member, could be extended family member, a spouse, a partner, someone at your place of work, someone that you haven't really thought about or connected with in a while, or you've been disconnected. First, start with gratitude and write a list of the things that you're grateful for that person, and get into the right vibration and the right energy. And then decide what's one thing you're going to do differently, or what's one thing you're going to add to enhance that relationship. Is it date night? Is it telling them why they're important to you? Is it giving them some of your undivided attention? What is it that you can do to move a relationship forward that needs to be moved forward? What do you like to do? What fills your own cup? What makes you energized and excited? Because I hear so often that people, they're just not happy doing what they're doing, or they're stuck, or they don't know where to go from here. So start with yourself and start with, what can I do to get into the right energy? Do you like to go on bike rides? Do you like to walk? If you like to walk, the city I'm in, they have a walking trail inside and outside. So weather isn't always a problem. It shouldn't be a problem. Invest in yourself. Take some of the money that you might spend on others, or that you might spend just to spend, or you don't really need that other pair of shoes, or cut the coffee out for a month and save that and invest in a good book, or invest in a weekend away, or invest in a mentor or coach. Really start investing in yourself and thinking about how you can level up. And if you cannot make an investment right now, a financial one, invest time. I don't have enough time. My mornings are crazy. And then by the time I get off work, I have to do da, 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 da. Well, think about the activities you're putting in your day, because that's really the only thing we can control. We can't control time. There is no such thing as time management. No one manages time. Time is ticking by every second. You can't manage that. What you can manage is the activities and what you do. So make a decision to invest time in yourself, time in showing up for yourself and doing something that fills your cup, that you can control, and that will make you feel better. And sometimes notice the contrast. Notice when you're at that low energy, or you're not feeling good, or you're frustrated, or you feel stuck. Sit there and be grateful and thankful for the contrast, because it's in sitting there and feeling that low feeling, or that low energy, or that stuckness, and sitting in it, that without that, you're not connected to what it is you do desire and what you do want. So even at those low points, look for the good. Be grateful for the contrast. Because then on the flip side, when you are investing in yourself, investing in the time, finding the things that bring you joy, you can then be moving to that vibration and then up to that frequency. And it's in the contrast and understanding and knowing what it is you do want or what you don't want, that you'll be able to really level up and appreciate and feel the difference when it's there and when it's happening. And look for inspiration. What inspires you? Who inspires you? Who's doing what it is you intend to do? Or if you could wake up tomorrow morning and have the perfect day, what would you be doing? And find someone that's doing that and start listening to them. Follow them if they're on YouTube, or if they have a book, or if they're, have a podcast, or anywhere that you can listen to them or be around them. If you can't get physically in the same room with them, or on the phone with them, or on a Zoom with them, then find a way to be in that energy and be inspired by someone that does inspire you and has done what you intend to do. And really, really watch the outside versus the inside. We're often so stuck because we're just letting everything around us in our environment kind of control us and how we show up. So watch that. Watch what is on the outside that you're letting in versus living from the inside out. So again, going back to those conversations, going back to what you're around all the time, what circles of people you're surrounding yourself with, what conversations you're having. If you're having the same conversations with the same people, complaining about the same things, telling the same stories, going to the same places, think about making a change. As I've said before, you don't have to stop being around or being part of those people's lives, but what would it look like if you didn't go as often? And when you did go, you didn't stay as long. See, so many people would rather stay stuck and stay where they're at because of the fear of change, because of the unknown. They would rather stay stuck in where they're at and not go for anything else, not try to increase by 1% every day, or not go for that big goal or that dream that they have inside of them that they just want so badly, but all the excuses and the reasons and the doubts creep in of why they shouldn't, why they can't, why they're not worthy enough, who do they think they are, that will hold them down. So what if you just gave yourself the space to get 1% better every day, to work on yourself 1% more every day, and quiet down all the outside noise as much as you can, and choose, really start to show up and choose yourself, put yourself first, put what you want first, and choose into yourself, and choose into the 1% of what can I do, whether it's health, whether it's relationship, whether you want to learn something, your spirituality, financial. If you're in a job right now that you don't like, what do you want to do? And start spending 15 minutes learning about that a day. Continue doing what you're doing. But if you're even a little bit inspired outside of what you're currently doing that you feel stuck in, that will help so much more. That will help get you on a different vibration that will carry you through that hard day or that hard place you're in by being inspired in another area. So that's why it's important to find out what inspires you, what motivates you, and really watch the excuses. What are you speaking over yourself? I'm not good at this. I have a bad memory, or, it's always been this way. My family, I've never been good at, all those things that you speak over yourself, or maybe other people speak over you. I know I've had people in my life that have said stuff like, oh yeah, you're always such and such, or you do this all the time, or yeah, all these. And I remember when it's been said, or when they speak it over me, I'm like, ugh, no, that does not feel good. And sometimes I say something and sometimes I don't. But I know in the moment when they're speaking this over me that it's not resonating with me at all. So just block it, just cancel it, and make a note of that. And again, don't go as often and don't stay as long around those people, that situation where you're going to go in those circumstances that are going to drop your energy and drop your vibration. Because we are our only problem and our only solution. So I guarantee if you're stuck right now, which so many people are, you can get yourself unstuck. And the truth is, no one's going to do it for you. So you have to show up and you have to make the decision that it's something that you want to do. And again, mental health continues to come up. Maybe you're depressed. Maybe you're anxious. Maybe, there's just so many people that are at such a lower energy and vibration because they've dropped there and they don't know how to get out of it. Just start opening. Start taking the blinders off and just start opening a little bit at a time. Do one thing different today. Click on a YouTube video of someone that inspires you, or Google or research, or, just type in a word that will inspire you, and go and watch that, or listen to that, or ask for a recommendation for a book for this, such, how can I learn or this or that, or where do you go to get this, and find out what people are doing to be inspired themselves or to learn, and switch out one habit you're doing that you just do every day because that's what you're due, that's not moving you forward, with one that will. And just start there, because you're the only one that's going to get you out of where you're at. Now, you have to do it yourself, but you don't need to do it alone. And that's where a coach and a mentor is so, so very important. And that's where people, 5x, 10x, 100x their results, because they can go to someone that's done what they intend to do, or can see their blind spots, can fill in the holes a lot quicker, can shorten their time from 10 years to 6 months on how to do this. So I really, really encourage you to think about that, and to think about how you can get from where you are today to where you want to be 15 minutes a day. Pick one thing. And once you've mastered that, and it's now a habit, and it's just something you do without thinking about, like brushing your teeth, like sometimes when we drive home, we're home and we can't remember the last 3 to 5 minutes of our drive because we're so on autopilot. Do it until it becomes autopilot. And that's just what you do. And then you know it's a habit. And then pick the next thing. And just keep leveling up, knowing, yes, you have to do it yourself, but you don't need to do it alone. So I really hope that helps. It's been something that continues to come up in my sphere and in my area, with agents, with coaching clients, just all around. So let me know. Drop a comment. Let me know what you do to get unstuck. I'd love to share it with the listeners in a future podcast, or, in my blog or in my newsletter, any of that. So till next time, 15 minutes. I'm telling you, that's all it takes. 15 minutes and everything can change. So till next time, make it a good one. Thanks for spending some time with me today. And if you like what you heard, feel free to share, like, subscribe, follow, do whatever it is you do. I'd love to get this out to as many people as possible, because it truly all does start with awareness. Once you know, you cannot unknow, and it changes everything. And of course, if I can help in any way, I'm here and happy to do so. Until next time, make it a good one.